What is up, guys? It is CFO Mods Gaming. I'm coming at you today with a product review video of this drone, and I'm actually going to be showing you guys this drone in action. Going to have some live shots. One of the reasons that I was interested in getting and reviewing this drone was actually because my dog Ella really enjoys playing with drones, and so we're going to get to see some of that in a bit here. I will let you guys know that I do have some mixed feelings on this drone. I'll put up the Amazon listing here. I will say it delivers on, I think, everything that it claims in the listing. One of the things that was definitely surprising to me was how short of a flight time it had. I remember looking on the listing, it said that it would be an 18-minute flight time, and I thought that was real neat because it also comes with 2 extra batteries as well as the one that comes pre-installed in the drone. And so I thought, man, I'm going to be able to play with this for almost like an hour. Turns out it's actually 18-minute flight time from the 3 batteries. So they're saying that you'll have from 3 fully charged batteries, you'll have 6 minutes on each battery, so 18-minute full flight time. Aside from that, I think it's awesome. It's very sturdy, as you'll see kind of further into the video. It has these prop guards that keep you from hitting the blades every time you bump into something, like a wall. At one point in the video I even bump into a tree, and it's able to maintain flight, just barely, but it is able to maintain flight. Has its antenna right there along the bottom. The battery is pretty easy. You just slide this out and you have access to that battery there, which just clips in just like that. So easy to replace there. It's pretty tight fit, but it's not difficult to get back on. You just slide it in like that. It does have these feet, which are installable. They don't come pre-installed, but they are really great. I actually landed this in about an inch or maybe a half an inch of water at one point, and just to kind of see how it would fare, and it was able to land and then just take right back off from that same position because of these legs. Let's see what else. You got the LEDs, as you can see, kind of blinking here. Green is forward, away from you. If you're in pilot mode, then, you know, if you go forward on that right stick, you're going to be going towards the green LEDs, so that's great. Propellers work great. Seems sturdy. I'll kind of show that more in the video as well. This is the remote. It has a holder for your phone, which is adjustable so that you can adjust the I guess pitch of your phone for the viewing angle for that. A couple cool features here. You've got takeoff and land buttons, which most drones have today, I'd say, but is a good dedicated feature. It has a 360 button, as in like a barrel roll or a flip button there, and then it has this controllable speed button is your second button up here, and it says 30 to 100 is what that button says. It has 3 different modes that you can step through, where you're at 30% speed, I would say probably around 60% speed, and then 100% speed, and it will beep once, twice, and 3 times. So you have double speed, triple speed, and back to normal speed. And that allows you, especially when you're in wind, to kind of take more control over the drone itself and really push it to its limits. It'll let you really, you know, bring it at quite an angle so that it really has quite a good pitch. Has a dedicated video, begin recording, and picture, take picture buttons, which are great as well. You connect to it from the app, which is pretty straightforward. I'll go ahead and show you guys it here. So this is the app here, and as you can see, you have joysticks there just like on the remote that allow you to actually control it just from your phone without needing the remote at all. Has all the same buttons. It also allows you to take a picture and begin recording there, and then access your video and photo files there. And then it shows you a live preview of what the camera can see, of course, which is great whether you're piloting it from the phone or if you have your phone on the back of the controller. And if you are putting your phone on the controller, a feature that I like is you can actually turn off this overlay, and then you just have that footage of what the drone can see. So pretty decent setup there. And let's go ahead and get into some of the footage that we have. So I do want to take the opportunity to let anybody know who might not be able to see it from the video. Ella really enjoys playing with drones. Her tail's always wagging while she is, even though it kind of looks like she's being aggressive towards them. She really likes to play with them like that, and as soon as you turn the drone off, her tail stops wagging and she'll kind of whine for you to turn it back on. So I'm not attacking my dog with my drone or anything. At any rate, here in the video you see, or you can hear rather, that it's beeping a ton, and what that actually is me hitting the 360 button, the flip button on the remote, and it beeps like that until it does the flip. It never did the flip, and I'm not actually sure why. It may have just been because the battery was too low, because here in a minute I'll fly it out, bring it back, and at that point the battery will be dead, so maybe it just didn't like that. There you saw, I have it in, I think, the triple speed mode right there, and so I'm able to bring it in real quick, swing it around, and right here is when I hit it into the tree, and it just barely touches the water, and then I run it into the chain link fence, or rather the barbed wire fence, and so it does go down into the water. I'm able to just take off again, as I mentioned. And I'm just playing with Ella here. Ella's birthday was just this last week, and so we said that this is her birthday drone, or one of her birthday presents. So as you guys can see from this clip, the drone is actually pretty good at hovering in space, as well as moving very agilely. Just depending on what you're telling it to do, it does have a really quick reaction time, and especially on the last two settings, on the 60% and 100% speed, it is very quick to react. Now here is some indoor flight, so you can take a look at that. The listing doesn't specifically say that it's recommended for indoor flight or indoor use, but I had no problem, moving it around or having any problem with it hitting any furniture or anything. Like I said, it's very easy to control, and especially in a low wind environment, as it is indoors, I never really had any issues with it being difficult to control in any way. And you can see here I'm even able to just make very small movements to play with Ella with the drone. Now here I'm going to go into kind of some doubled footage here, where we have the camera recording the drone as well as the drone's video footage. Something that I did want to talk about a little bit, that again is one of my kind of mixed feelings about this drone, is about that camera that you're seeing now. Of course, with any drone, the camera or the footage is going to be, a little shaky as you're moving back and forth, unless it's on a gimbal or a stabilizer of some sort. But on a fixed camera like this, that's to be expected. However, what kind of was unexpected, or unsatisfactory, I suppose I could even say, is that this does claim to be a 1080p camera. And my webcam from earlier is actually shooting at 720p, if you remember that footage. And this is very low quality comparatively, and so I don't really feel like this is 1080p footage, or if it is, that it's some kind of lower resolution that's been upscaled or something. I'm not really sure what they're doing there, but it's not what I would call 1080p footage. I wouldn't be wanting to shoot, for instance, like a real estate video with this. Whereas, in my opinion, if you have a drone that has the ability to, have stable flight, it should, and it's indeed 1080p, you should be able to shoot crisp 1080p video that's just as crisp as any part of this video that you're seeing here, which is exported in 1080p. And that is just not the case that I was able to experience with this camera. Now there's one final thing that I wanted to talk a bit about, and that is the controller, while I was using it, kept getting the right thumbstick stuck in the bottom right corner. I also was able to get it stuck in a couple other places, but at any rate, it does get stuck, and of course that is the direction that the drone is flying, and so at one point when I was trying to land it, that would kind of made it very difficult, especially in the higher settings, that 2 and 3 settings where you can tilt the drone quite a bit more than in the basic number 1 setting. So at 60% and 100% speed, this is quite a problem, having the stick full back and to the right. So that's something that I noticed and felt inclined to bring up during my review. And the only other thing that I have to talk about is the price of this drone. So like I said at the beginning of the video, this drone delivered on everything that it promises in the listing, especially since, as the listing states, it is with all 3 batteries that you can expect 18-minute flight time. So it delivers on exactly everything it states. If what you've seen today and what you see in the listing is what you're looking for, then I can say it's a great drone. The only qualm that I have with this overall is the price. Having looked at a bunch of other drones on Amazon, I know that some are quite a bit cheaper, and I know that some are quite a bit more expensive, and they all kind of seem to be in this mid-range of drones that have these features that I've talked about today on this drone. You know, they aren't the little toys that you see for $20 in Walmart or anything like that, but they also aren't, you know, a DJI or anything of that level. And for $80, personally, I would expect a little bit more. Maybe in the department of the batteries lasting longer, maybe in the department of having a little bit higher quality of a remote, or having an app that, I don't want to say is easier to use, because it's plenty easy to use. You just, once you know how to use it, it's easy to use. So, you know, none of the features are difficult, but I didn't even know what all the icons did at first, and it wasn't intuitive. After reading the instructions, I was able to figure it out and use it, and it worked fine. But there's just some kind of little quality of life things like that, that for me, I would say that I would be willing to pay maybe, well, definitely $40, maybe $60, but $80 really is pushing it for this kind of a drone, when there are a lot of higher-end alternatives that aren't that much more. I mean, well, I shouldn't say that much more. For maybe twice that, or around 3 times that, you can have quite a professional drone, even going up into the DJIs, and that would be with included gimbal. That's going to give you, you know, really smooth footage, longer lasting batteries, better remote, all that kind of stuff. So just something to consider on the price point there. I don't want to say that this is a bad drone by any means, or that it's necessarily bad for the price, because as I mentioned, there's a lot of, I would say, alternatives on Amazon that are priced at this price point, or even above this price point, that seem to be very similar to this product. So overall, I'm going to walk away with a 4 out of 5 stars review for this product, basically because it delivers everything that it says it would, and the price point is just a little high for me. That is my overall takeaway. If you are interested in one of these drones, please purchase it from the link below. It is an affiliate link and does support the channel. There's also going to be any discount codes that I can get for you guys in the pinned comment of this video, so make sure to check that out. This has been CFO Mods Gaming. Thank you for watching.